Detective Connor Mitchel tapped his foot against the cool tile in his kitchen and listened to the voicemail greeting on his sister's phone for the 100th time. 3 days had passed since she'd been declared a missing person. Irritation and cold, hard fear warred within him, and he threw his phone across the room. The ball of panic weighing down his stomach told him everything he needed to know. She was in trouble. Mark Tyson, a homicide detective for the NYPD and his best friend, retrieved his phone from the floor and tossed it in his direction. "Dude, you're upset, but smashing your phone against the wall won't help." Connor let the phone fall at his feet with a thud. He sank onto the hard-as-nails kitchen chair and hung his head. Emotion misted in his eyes, but he swallowed it back. Tears would do Monica as much good as a broken phone. On a deep breath, he lifted his face to Mark. Ice-blue eyes and a concerned scowl stared back at him. "You're right, but I'm going crazy. I need to do something, not sit here on my ass waiting for someone else to find her. My lieutenant might have refused to let me work her case, but I know what's going on. There's no trace of her." He pushed up from his chair and ran a hand over the smooth surface of his shaved head. His nerves danced as he paced a short line back and forth across the galley kitchen. Each step brought a wave of uncertainty. Each second that passed, a new punch in the gut as he imagined every worst-case scenario possible. Being a detective on the computer crime squad gave him a front-row seat to some of the most horrific things human beings did to one another to make a quick buck. A heavy sigh slumped Mark's shoulders, and he pinched the bridge of his nose. "You know why you can't work the case? You're too close. Hell, you shouldn't have been surprised Lieutenant Miller recommended you take some time off. You won't be able to concentrate on shit while Monica's missing." A snort of disgust puffed through Connor's nostrils. "Recommended my ass. I didn't have a choice. And what's the point? So I could be sitting around pounding my head against a wall when I could be helping find my sister?" Mark crossed the kitchen to Connor in 3 long strides and stopped his pacing with the weight of one heavy hand on Connor's shoulder. "You can help. Keep thinking of places she could have gone, people she's talked to who aren't a part of her normal circle of friends. You and Monica are close as hell. I can't think of any other siblings who could live together in their late 20s and still be so tight. Something she said could be the key to finding her. No one disappears without leaving something behind. Anything to find them." Frustration laced through him. All he'd done was think about where Monica could have gone, but damn it, nothing came to mind. Monica never deviated from her routine, not after their parents were killed years before. She'd gone from a slightly neurotic teen to a hyper-organized adult overnight, choosing to move in with him and try to schedule both of their lives as a way to cope with their loss. Their grief diminished over time, but Monica still kept a tight rein over all areas of her life. "I've gone through everything 1,000,000 times." His words snapped out like the tangled straps of a whip, but Mark didn't so much as flinch. Not even the dark stubble-covered jaw tightened. "Then go over it again." The softness of Mark's tone almost broke the shield of strength he'd erected over the past few days. He preferred his friend's sharp-edged, no-nonsense approach to an investigation over his gentle prodding. Connor turned away and jerked his shoulder from Mark's hand. He couldn't break down, couldn't give in to the urge to wallow in his guilt and fear and every other godforsaken emotion threatening to pull him under. Monica was all he had. He couldn't lose her. A gust of wind blew through the open window in the adjacent living room, and the ends of his flimsy excuse for curtains billowed into the air, snagging on the end of his computer desk on their way back to the beige carpet. His fingers itched to fly over the keyboard and do something productive. Following his instinct and need for action, he hurried to his desk. The soft pecking of keys lifted and mingled with the sound of chirping birds and honking cars outside the window. Straightening, he rolled his neck back and forth in an effort to release some tension and pointed at the screen.